Welcome back to allpropertyvideos.com. Today we're looking at Seminole, Florida. Now, you probably know where you are, but here's Tampa, here's St. Petersburg, Sarasota's down here, Tarpon Springs and such are up here, but you're right in the middle of town. You're right here in Seminole. Now, before I get going too far here, I want to point out something that's extremely important that you're never going to see if I don't point it out to you. You see, I'm doing the terrain like this. I'm trying to show you the elevation. Well, you're not really going to see any elevation because this is Florida and the whole thing's pretty much flat as a pancake. But one of the interesting things about Seminole is that it kind of sits on a rock. You have to look for the individual property that you're looking at, of course, but much of it sits on a rock far elevated above, of course, anything on the barrier islands. So it's common to find many of the properties throughout this area are not in a flood zone. That's huge. But what are you looking at when you're coming down here? Well, you're looking at, I believe this subdivision is called Bay Haven. And, you see a relatively homogeneous neighborhood here where the houses are fairly similar in a very large area. So if you are in the middle of this, one thing that you could be assured of pretty much is most of the other houses would be relatively similar to yours in terms of value, probably in terms of style, because this is not a neighborhood that's gentrified for the most part. These houses, as of now, mostly were built and they have not been torn down and rebuilt. But many of them are large. Many of them do not have functional obsolescence like a lot of other houses have. But what are you looking at price-wise for a house like this, for some of these houses in here? You know, you've got a smattering of styles. You'll notice that some have pools, some do not. Like, for example, a really nice 4-bedroom, say maybe a split plan, something that's a real nice, respectable family home that for a large family that could serve you well for years to the future. You know, you might be looking in the mid-3s. 325, 375, somewhere in that range, list price, something like that. But, the great thing about it is, number one, you're very likely not in a flood zone because you're up on this rock that you can't really see, but I assure you it's there. And you're very close to, right here, Park Boulevard interstate connector, taking you right out to the interstate, so you can whip your way right up to Tampa or down to Sarasota, wherever you may go. And you're in a very well-established neighborhood. And that's one of the beautiful things about an established neighborhood like that, is what you see pretty much is what you get. It's fully built out. There's virtually no infill lots there. So, until it starts to possibly gentrify and they start to tear down some of the original homes and build new ones, you're probably looking at a neighborhood that's going to look pretty much the same for a while. Bay Haven, Seminole, Florida. If you want to find out more, give me a call. I'm Don Wallace with Park Place Realty Network, a referral-only agency. My number is 1-800-769-9964. That's 1-800-769-9964. And I'll be glad to get you over to a great agent. The one that first comes to mind is Ann Hensel with South Beaches Realty. Her number is 727-410-7777. Feel free to call her directly. Ann Hensel, South Beaches Realty, 727-410-7777. She speaks German and she knows the area. So if that sounds something good to you, just give her a ring. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I hope you all make it a great day.